morning.
Hello, Mr. Red and?
Good Time Charlie.
Yeah, that's right. Good Time Charlie and I are on the picturesque, this is the Three Rivers region right here. And what it is it's the convergence of three rivers all coming into, meeting out into the Tchefuncte River. I believe this river right here is the Bogachita River. We have the Bogachita, the and the Abita Springs River, all converge right in this area right here. And so you can imagine in an area as old as this area is and rich in resources as far as food supplies, it is just thick with bees. And as you can see, all these structures are raised, and with any raised structure, it just gives the bees a very, very good habitat. And where we are today is no exception. Charlie, you want to pan around and show them the house where we're going to be?
The house and the foliage and everything. We even have Cirilla growing back there.
There's some wonderful stuff out here.
Here's the house. Like Jeff said, it's a raised house. What do you think?
Well, what I think is that the bees, like I said, are in the ceiling part. And in fact, what I'm talking about, let's get the thermal camera and I'm going to show you what the image of the bees look like. And there are our bees, all bright and shiny this morning for us. And I'm going to use a laser and show you up on the ceiling exactly where they are. So this is the location of the bees. They're in this space right in here. Pretty large hive. So there are our bees, and there's no telling how long these bees have been here. The homeowners don't even know. It may be a year, 2 years, or 2 months, who knows. We'll find out once we open the ceiling, drop the ceiling down. But by the grace of God, these girls right here, they're coming back up to the Abbey with me and become Abbey honeybees. Charlie, you ready?
Yeah, like we need more bees.
Yeah, we need more bees, right? Let's go get these girls out.
We're ready. Let's get them.
This is exactly where the bees are located, in this section of the floor right here. And it really isn't going to be too hard of an issue to access them. I would imagine it's like 1/2-inch plywood right here. And I'm simply going to be cutting the plywood along the stud line here, remove this piece of trim right here, and hopefully I'll probably have to remove this part as well, and then remove this piece and access our bees. I think that being said, it's time to open up this ceiling.
I think it's time to get ready and get them.
Get them, that's right.
Any pulls, any pulls. And they're right there. Okay, we'll probably
Oh my goodness, we got us another big one. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at the comb, the bees. Look at all that. Gee willikers. And from down below, yep, it's a big one, folks. Time to set up that light and start vacuuming. I'm doing this one a little bit different than I normally do. Normally, I would just work from one end and work the way back or something like that from one side to the back side. But this one, because the comb in this area right here was so backed up, the bees had started to want to run against this stud, this 2x right here, and then they would then be able to get way back up in there. And I didn't want that to happen. What I wanted them to do is to corral them into this corner, but I've been vacuuming this corner as well, so I'm trying to keep them all on the comb. And my goodness, this comb is large. It always amazes, surprises me to find how the bees decide to build their comb and then what goes on inside of it. Because this one, I've seen a bunch of like, right, for example here, the drone brood right here, and some of that comb was mixed with worker brood. Then on this one right here, we have the worker brood, and then right up there, we have comb that was laid in, but they've already emerged, and now they've backfilled it with nectar. So it's just all kind of stuff going on with this hive. And given all that, the age of this hive is not that old. I wouldn't say more than 10 weeks, somewhere 8 to 10 weeks old, and they've done all this. I'm just looking back on the hives that I've removed over the last 2 weeks. They just vary in what we see inside of the comb. Some of them are full of brood and no nectar or stores, and others are full of both, like this one. Or this one's, it's like there's a lot of emerging bees on this one. So our queen, I still haven't found like a big cluster of brood, but just pockets of it scattered around. And I think it's indicative because as soon as the brood hatches, the bees will backfill it, just like they're doing here in this one. As soon as that brood hatches, they clean the cell, backfill it with nectar, and so that pushes them further out to build more comb on the outside. But even on the new comb, look at that, it's got nectar in it. Our flow is just so strong this year, and I think that's why I'm finding these hives are rather large right now, because they're new, there's a lot of food coming in, and our queens are really laying up a storm. And the workers are working hard too. Let me show you what I've got so far in these boxes. So I keep the bees on the brood as best I can, and the ones that want to get off of it, well, they'll get off of it and I'll vacuum those up. But there is still plenty of bees on the brood. So I'm not too concerned. Gee whiz, it's like 80 something degrees right now. I'm not too worried about cooling things off. But I do want to kind of work a little bit fast to get this brood all framed up and the bees back on it. She is. Got it, Charlie.
All right, I'm coming.
That's the queen.
You ready, Charlie?
Yeah.
Woo, let's get her in the cage. Thank Thank you, Jesus. Wow-wee. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's get back to vacuuming these bees.
Beautiful. That any good?
Tastes like good honey to me. Woo. Woo.
Is that the last piece?
Last one, Charlie. Woohoo!
Nice.
Well, folks, once again, it ain't there no more. Got a few more bees that have come in from the outside. I'll get them vacuumed up. And then Charlie and I are headed up to the Abbey, and we are going to frame up this comb. We'll see y'all up there.
Okay.
Charlie and I are back here at the Abbey and getting ready to frame up all that comb. And those last couple pieces I cut out, I mean, were perfect. They're just going to drop right inside of these frames. Just a little bit of trimming is all I'm going to have to do on the bottom. They'll just drop right in. Look at that.
Perfect.
Perfect is right. We have so many pieces of comb. We got 2 boxes set up to do this. I don't know if we're going to get 20 frames, but we're going to get more than 10, that's for sure. And get it all seated right. Look at that.
Perfect.
Can't get better than that. And there's our bees still on it.
that frame is heavy with weight from the honey. Very nice though. That is just some beautiful, beautiful comb. And it just settles right on in there. See all the pollen all up in here. A little older brood, and then as we come out to this side we got uncapped brood right here and newer brood. There you go.
Looks good to me.
And so you can see how that works, how this part of the comb, which is full of honey nectar, is resting on that part. So this part is supporting that part, and then the foot down here is supporting this piece right here. So it'll hang very well in the box. We've already got 10 frames of comb in here already. We're going to get at least 5 more as well. So we got to get some more frames out and some more rubber bands. We got 5 more pieces of comb in here. So I've put 5 frames with just foundation in it, and then 1 frame is going to be empty because this is what we're going to strap our queen to, and she's going to go right there in the center on the top. Look at that. Whew.
Perfect.
Beautiful. That's all right, it'll hold. And they'll fix it up. I changed my mind. Since I have this space right here, I'm going to go ahead and put our queen right up here. Our ears stick out a little bit from the frames, and to ensure that they don't squeeze open, there's a space on this frame right here, and I'll try to keep a space on this frame right here. And our queen just goes right inside of there, nice and neat. And then as I put the frame in the box, there's my space. Boom, perfect. This one's going to slant a little bit because it doesn't have much support. It'll slant. Get it straight. What's important is all that honey. That's what's important. There we have it, our last frame of comb.
frame right here. That is all the comb that we did not put in the hive. All the comb that we cut out, it's in the hive except for this little bit right here. With all of our comb framed up and in the box, we're going to load all this stuff up in the truck and we're going to go outside and we're going to dump some bees. Our hive now is set up. Remember, our queen is up in the second box, and I use this box as a spacer so that when I dump all the bees in it, at least they can cling to this because they don't immediately go down, and so they can start to go down at their pace and the other ones will just run up on the side. So the first thing I always do is I take the lid off the everything bee vac because it's generally going to have a whole bunch of bees on it. Not this time. And couple. And these are just kind of shaking here to get them going first off. And then let me show you all the bees in the bee vac. Look at that. So what I do is I take one good bounce to get them all in the bottom of the bucket. All right, 4 bounces. Now they're all in the bottom, and now we're just going to dump them in. And with them in, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid over it. Not all the way, because they're going to go into that crack right there. All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes and show you how the bees have calmed down. It hasn't even been 5 minutes, and I mean the bees have just really calmed down. And I always like to leave a crack in between the inner cover and the shim box, just so it'll give the bees a place to congregate and come on in a bigger crack than just like the hole on the inner cover. So let me show you now what the bees look like on inside of the box. And that's why I put the shim on there, because it gives the bees a chance to climb up on those walls and then eventually make their way down into the comb. I'm going to go ahead and put the inner cover back on and put the lid on it, and we are going to wrap this video up. Oh, one thing, the shim box that I have up here, it comes off when I take my queen out in 2 days, 3 days. I'll remove the shim box. So this does not stay here. I want the bees down there, and that's where they will go. But for right now, they're just going to get onto the sides until they figure it out, and they're going to go down to the bottom. Charlie says that we can't keep our we have to keep our suits on, but I'm going to take mine off because
we haven't been stung. We haven't been stung all day.
I know.
I mean, this is a miracle, and I don't want to take I want to at least do it one time without getting stung.
So here we are at the end of our day. I mean, it's a lot of comb, a lot of bees, and a lot of fun too.
We did.
Yeah. So what do you have to say?
I thought it was a real great cutout. As y'all saw, we were underneath this house. It was shaded. It was nice.
And the fan was on.
And the fan was. I didn't even break a sweat. I mean, yeah, not even a sweat. So it went real easy. I thought everything was good. That's all I have.
Well, I think in 2 more days I'll come out here, turn her loose, and these girls, they'll be copacetic.
And we'll be done.
That's right.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Keep on watching.
We'll be making more.
God bless, Mr. Ed.
And good time, Charlie.
We are out of here till when, Charlie?
Till the next
Till the next video. God bless everybody.